Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and I've got Sean Coonery, the enormous Maine Coon cat. And Sean Coonery, excuse me, sir. Is this because it's a parrot that you want to be personally involved with the unboxing? I've never seen him express this much interest in a new drone, so maybe that's a bullish sign. So all we're going to do in this video is get the Parrot ANAFI out of the box. Again, check the link within this video's description because you can find where to order the Parrot ANAFI and various accessories there, and obviously check out my field test video. I'm going to take this thing through its paces. This is just the unboxing video, so all we're going to do is take it out of the box. Packaging is very nice, very small, very lightweight. I mean, I'm already impressed because this is the box and everything, and it's so small and it's so light. And if you've watched my videos from DJI Phantom 1 through present, you know that small travel size and insignificant travel weight is on the top of my list of priorities. Now, worth mentioning, this has a 4K HDR camera, high dynamic range. So I've got very high expectations for the video quality. It does have a 21 megapixel camera, so if you're using a drone for stills, 21 megapixel is quite significant. So that's, just to put it in perspective, 24 megapixel is what I have on my A7 III, my Sony Alpha. This drone, this Parrot ANAFI, has 21 megapixels. So I mean, that's significant for a drone camera. This camera, to my knowledge, is a Sony-based camera. So being able to get, I mean, I love Sony, and being able to get a Sony-based camera on such a small and lightweight drone is, on paper, is phenomenal. So, again, never get too excited before I take it out in the field and fly it. Woohoo! He didn't like that sound, did you? Nope. So, wow. First thing I notice, the tactile feel of this, super nice. This is not a cheap filling case. Feels very nice. Even the little string right there it's got a little grip on it, so if you're hot and sweaty, maybe you'll still be able to unzip it. This is a very cool touch. Look at that. It's got those straps right there, so maybe you're mounting it to a backpack or something. We're going to save this for a minute because that's going to be our grand finale. In here we have, as one might expect, we got some paperwork and stuff. I'm not even going to open that up because it's boring. The controller, wow. Very heavy build quality. Looking at something on paper, it's hard for one to understand. Is it built well? Is it cheap? Does it feel cheap? This feels very nice. Very solid feel. If you've ever played a video game, well, this feels like a popular video game controller. It's worth mentioning, unlike the DJI Mavic Air, these little nipples in the middle here, they don't screw off. But they do have a very nice kind of sharp at the end, like the Mavic Air had to grip your sweaty fingers. And then a rubberized feel. Feels very nice. The tactile feel of this is exceptional. What I really like is the fact that we have an old style USB, I think they call it USB-A, and then also a USB-C as in Charlie. I love having that USB-C port on there. That's nice because, my Mac is USB-C. Just a good tactile feel. I mean, wow. I mean, the build quality of the controller, I'm stoked. These are propellers right here in the box, and I'm going to see if there's some on the drone first. If there are, I'm not even going to... I like to keep my spare propellers in mint condition. And if you watch my Mavic Air videos, you've probably found that I haven't even had to use any of my spare propellers because it's been such a good drone. Now let's get into the good stuff here. Immediately, one will probably notice if you're like me and you've flown the Mavic Air a lot, this is a lot longer than the Mavic Air, but it's slightly slimmer. When I picked this up, my first impression is that it definitely does not feel cheap. but looking at it, the propellers, and this is something when we get to our field test, the propellers feel, well, I hate to say it, they feel a little bit flimsy, and I'm not going to bend them, but you know, part of that may be because of the noise. They say that this drone is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be one of the more quiet drones on the market. So, you know, that's worth mentioning, that that could be the reason the propellers are designed like they are. Okay, I'm going to pull these arms out. It's got a reassuring tactile feel and an audible sound, so you know it's extended. That was easy. And to fold it back, that's easy. If you've messed with the Mavic Air, you've probably found that the Mavic Air, you know, and the first time you do it, there's a sequence that you have to follow to unfold it. You know, there's front to rear and then rear to front, depending upon whether you're getting it ready for takeoff or you're getting it ready to pack up. Something I like about this, the bottoms of the landing gear, it's got a rubberized feel to it. It feels very nice. The camera looks a lot smaller in person than it does in the photos. So that's interesting. Again, not a problem, but just worth mentioning. I can't obsess enough over how small and how lightweight this is, but definitely it has a very good build quality feel to it. It's not like a previous Parrot Bebop or something that, unfortunately, in my opinion, I always felt that the Parrot Bebops felt cheap. I will say that this does not have the very heavy and rigid feel that the Mavic Air has. I mean, when you hold the Mavic Air in your hands, you know that you're holding something that's exceptionally well made and is likely exceptionally durable. But with that being said, this by no means feels cheap. It feels very well made, and again, when I fold it and unfold it, that tactile feel is very nice, and it's got a little snap in there. And I like how easy it is to fold and unfold. Again, I mean, that's not that the Mavic Air is difficult, and I keep making Mavic Air references because if you check out my videos, that's been my favorite drone on the market to date. With that said, I've not yet flown the Parrot ANAFI, so this could, this could potentially change my opinion. Let's take the battery off here. Slides right off. Huge pain point of mine. Oh, and this thing is super lightweight without the battery. Huge pain point of mine with previous Parrot drones, the Bebops, was how shoddy the connection of the battery was. I mean, you had to put it in, and you had like a little Velcro strap that held it on. It just seemed cheap. This feels nice. Again, this drone is lightweight. This drone does not feel as heavy as a Mavic Air, but it does not feel cheap. You know, and that was something a lot of people on YouTube had commented. They're like, hey man, you're not going to like the Parrot ANAFI, dude. You know, it just feels cheap. You know, it's just a, thin plastic, man. You know, it's not that good. And although I will acknowledge people's opinions, I mean, it definitely, if you pick this up and then you picked up the Mavic Air is going to feel like a more premium drone from a build quality perspective. But with that being said, this does not feel cheap. And I like the fact that, that this is so thin when you collapse it. I mean, look at this. Look at how quickly you can just put it back in its case. These propellers, though, I will say, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to be hateful, but this channel is not scripted. You know, I tell you how it is. I don't try to sugarcoat opinions, but I can say I'm already questioning how, the longevity of these propellers. I mean, even with general use, how well will these propellers hold up? So, that's the build quality of the drone itself does not concern me, but just tactile feel and attachment. My immediate question is, how well or how poorly will these propellers hold up? So, something to be answered. There's not There's not an answer for that until it's been tested in the field. It came with a little micro SD adapter. That's nice. And then it came with a USB-A to USB-C. The good thing about this is that, you know, if you're like me and you use a MacBook Pro, you've probably already got an assortment of USB-C to USB-C cables. And that's one of the things I'm most excited about with this, is just being able to plug this battery in. And by the way, the USB-C charging port's on the battery itself. So that can open up an entire new realm of possibilities. So, you know, in theory, if someone had multiple ANAFI batteries and multiple USB-C cables and available USB charging ports, it'd be easy to charge multiple batteries at the same time. And that's something, at least with the Mavic Air, that's currently not possible, because even with the Mavic Air charging hub, you know, you got to have, they charge in sequence. So one battery will charge and it'll move on to the next one, but it won't charge them all concurrently. Having USB-C rechargeable batteries is huge. So, again, out of the box, I'm impressed. You know, I'm keeping realistic expectations here. You know, I'm not going to assume that because these propellers feel kind of cheap that it's not going to perform well. Again, field test. That's what will dictate the performance of this. And also, I'm looking at the propellers, and I'll have to read the manual, but I'm curious about the attachment. You know, should I break a propeller? You know, it almost, and I'll have to open up the propeller thing if I do, but it looks like there's a little, probably a little tool that would be used to take propellers on and off. So, yeah, but that's, again, out of the box. That's my only concern so far is the propellers. So, you know, let's not panic. You know, let's stay focused here, and let's take this thing to the field. Got to charge it up first, and let's take this thing to the field and see how it performs. Again, check the link within this video's description. You can find where to order the Parrot ANAFI online, and you can also find the accessories, my field test videos, and a whole lot more. Let's see what this thing can do. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. Hey, Sean Coonery, what do you think about the Parrot? What do you think about it? Out of the box, what do you think? What are your thoughts? He's got a poker face. He said, you know, he's just saying he doesn't express an opinion until he's had time in the field with it. So I respect that. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.